evening, everyone. From the New England Sports Center in Marlborough, Massachusetts, is a presentation of MyHockeyLive.com. St. John's of Shrewsbury playing host to Springfield Cathedral. Cathedral coming in ranked number 1 in the state, 8-0-2, 2-0 in the Catholic West. St. John's of Shrewsbury been a bit of a trying season for them, 3-6-1, 1-0 in the Catholic West. Good evening again, everyone. I'm Jake Levin alongside Massachusetts TV legend Jimmy Young.
It's so funny. I should have retired 20 years ago. I never was a legend when I was working.
What's happening, Jimmy?
I'm looking forward to this.
So we have Cathedral and St. John's of Shrewsbury. Jimmy, Cathedral is not just the number 1 team in the state. They are beating teams without any mercy whatsoever. They have outscored their opponents 66-9 on the season so far.
Yeah, and they've got 6 kids on this team, or 6 young men, if you will, that have already committed to Division I hockey schools. Providence, Northeastern, Quinnipiac, UMass. It's basically Hockey East schools. Holy Cross also. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for Springfield Cathedral, I'm not sure I would have come out of retirement for this game. I want to see the best. That's always been a mantra of mine. No matter what the sport, I want to see the best play. And I'm looking forward to seeing Springfield Cathedral play because obviously they have the best team in the state right now.
You picked a good one, Jimmy, because their top line, you got the brothers Pratson and Pete Cronella. Their second line, just the tandem of John Leonard and DJ Petrozelli, has already combined for 30 goals and 29 assists. What more
That's a season's worth right there, and they've only played 10 games, right?
John Leonard's averaging 3 points a game. DJ Petrozelli right behind, 2.9 points per game. They're the two to really watch, but there's so many ways this team can beat you. Even back on the blue line, Dan Petrick. He's the only defenseman that's already committed to a Division I program, but nevertheless. Northeastern commit Petrick, 5'7", 170 pounds. Not a big guy, but boy, he can score.
Absolutely, and the goalie, Keith Petrozelli, is a huge guy. For a sophomore in high school to be 6'5", 175, are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Quinnipiac likes what they see enough to give him a commitment as a sophomore.
Yeah, well, that tells you one thing. One is it's
Certainly does.
You know what? We've got the national anthem coming up. I think we lay out for this, right?
Take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Let's play hockey.
And we're back, getting ready for puck drop. Cathedral's last time out, they took care of Cape Cod Power Falmouth to the tune of 11-0. 11 matched a season high for Cathedral. They also put 11 on Matignon back on January the 3rd.
Which, unto itself, is pretty amazing. I mean, it's one thing, you know, you're taking a shot at Falmouth. Falmouth is a very good team. That being said, Matignon has been a traditional power for many, many decades, actually.
4 championships in the 1970s.
That's right. There you go. That's when I was a child, a long time ago. But St. John's, this is their Super Bowl, their Stanley Cup final. Let's take a look, and off you go for all the play-by-play. Here's Jake Levin.
Set for the opening draw, controlled by Cathedral. Riley Pratson, Zach Patron, Pete Cronella is top line for the Panthers tonight. Keith Petrozelli between the pipes. Number 1, Matthew Mongeau in between them for St. John's Shrewsbury, the Pioneers. Out at the point, number 16, Bryce Parrott skates in, looking towards the slot. Blocked in front by Ward. Cathedral able to maintain control temporarily before the Pioneers knock it out. Back in the defensive end, Petrick redirects it into the neutral zone, connects with Pete Cronella. Pete Cronella, co-captain for the Panthers, takes it in along the right side of the ice. Gets past one Pioneer defender, Billy Zegras.
If it looks like it's a power play, it's not. It's just Springfield Cathedral on the ice. They forecheck as far as I can tell in the first minute 45 seconds of this game. They're all over that, and they're trying to keep pressure, obviously, on as much as possible to get that first one up on the board. St. John's is already back on their heels.
Here's line number 2, but really just 1A. John Leonard, flanked by DJ Petrozelli and Cam Parrots. John Leonard, 20 goals, 10 assists on the season. DJ Petrozelli, 10 goals, 19 assists. Not too bad himself. Here comes St. John's Shrewsbury up the middle of the ice. It's Danny Barlock. Barlock from the far right side, fires it on net, saved by Petrozelli. Keith Petrozelli, the younger brother of forward DJ Petrozelli. Batted in by Chris Stalmach. No shots on goal yet for either team. We are over a minute in. Cathedral trying to clear it out of their own zone. Controlled by Petrozelli. Gets it up into the neutral zone. Goes off of John Leonard's skates and up into the stands. We're going to get a stoppage of play at 13:33 to go in the first.
You know, St. John's of Shrewsbury also has had a great tradition. Won a state title back in 2004 and I believe 97 too, off the top of my head. They're 3-6-2.
3-6-1. Very close. They are 1-0 in the Catholic West, a small three-team conference of the best teams from central and western Massachusetts to play primarily teams in the eastern half of the state. Cathedral, St. John's, Shrewsbury, St. Peter, Marion, and Worcester being the other. Here's Devon Tung setting up shop. Tends it over to Tim Zamuda along the left wing. Zamuda leaves it back for Tung. Tung behind the net. Still no shots for Cathedral. Tung batted off the puck in the near side corner boards by Brendan Doherty. Stays with it, trying to work it out to the point and flung to the far side corner boards where Zamuda gives chase. Over to plate is Colin Johansson. Colin Johansson of Swedish descent, I learned before the game.
No kidding. Really?
Does not take it personally if you call him Johansson.
Okay.
Cathedral gains the line, it's fourth line. Joe Brosseau sent it toward net. Picked up in front by St. John's Shrewsbury. Chance for the Pioneers was flanked by Cathedral. Number 18, Patrick Storr. He's a co-captain for the Pioneers. Cathedral taking their time right now, very methodical. The fourth line on the ice, Sal Castellanicus. He had a big game against the Norwood Mustangs back on December 31st. 2 goals in that game. Not bad for a fourth liner. Just shows you the depth of these Panthers. 12:07 to go in the first period. Still no score. Game 2 of a doubleheader on MyHockeyLive, and that shot is taken by Matthew Negrati and is saved by Keith Petrozelli. Matthew Negrati wearing number 66, perhaps in homage to Mario Lemieux. He's a 5'11" forward, 160 pounds from Upton, Massachusetts.
Doing a great job, Jake. And so far, St. John's is staying right with Springfield Cathedral.
You wouldn't know their records. Cathedral controls that draw. Here comes Riley Pratt in the center up the right side of the ice. Pratt's knocked away from the puck by Billy Zegers at the blue line out in the neutral zone. Cathedral tries to regroup. Long pass for Pete Cornella. Couldn't play it cleanly. Still atop that blue line. Cornella gets back into the attacking zone. Puck never went away, so it's still onside. Cornella at the far side, half wall into the circle. Fires it just wide to the near side.
Zach Pratton was on the doorstep that time and just missed it.
Puck goes behind the net of Petrozelli, played by Danny Barlock. Barlock goes to the far corner boards, knocked off the play by Perrix. Down in that far corner still, played by Matt Sabata. Matt Sabata for Deloria. Long centering pass, couldn't connect with Riley Pratton. That's going to go for a nice. Still no shots on goal, Jimmy. We're almost 4 minutes into this game.
Well, I think St. John's Prep is doing a great job of just basically flooding the blue line and making it as difficult as possible for Springfield Cathedral to get on the forecheck.
St. John's of Shrewsbury wearing something reminiscent of an old school Detroit Red Wings uniform. Cathedral with their purples, not quite an NHL equivalent. Cathedral controls the draw. It's Johnny Leonard. Leonard works it up for DJ Petrozelli. Petrozelli by one man. Petrozelli backhand. Trying to connect with Cam Perrix, and an excellent save by Monjo.
Great save.
That breakaway speed by DJ Petrozelli. What can you say?
Oh, well, Matthew Monjo did a great job standing him up. He could tell it was going to be a 2-on-1 coming right at him, and did the old butterfly split and stopped that puck on the doorstep. I told myself I wouldn't use cliche. I'm already doing it 4 minutes into this game.
Petrozelli wins the draw for Leonard. Leonard on that far circle. Goes to the corner, now behind the net. Leonard trying to get it out to the point. Calling for the puck was Deloria. Deloria sends it back towards Leonard. It's intercepted. Leonard plays the puck in the neutral zone. DJ Petrozelli bats it in for Johnny Leonard. Johnny Leonard, that's stolen away by Kevin Quinlivan, co-captain for the Pioneers. Behind the net, it's Cam Perrix. Perrix for Petrozelli in that far corner. Picked up in the circle, trying to clear out are the Pioneers. Can't get a full clear, but they maintain control of the puck. Here's Negrati. Negrati through the neutral zone. Touch pass up for Storr to avoid an ice. Picked up by Cathedral nevertheless. Jacob King, long diagonal pass connects with Kyle Kazroyd up the right side. Kazroyd, puck was a little too hot to handle, lost it back to the Pioneers. Out in the neutral zone, lurking, looking for the interception, was Peretz. Here comes Tonk. Making that Kazroyd, rather, fires it high over the net, goes off the end glass, kept alive by the Panthers. Good job with the stick. Taken by Tongue, there's a shot, saved by Monja. That was their first shot on goal of the game at 9:44 to go in the first period. Here comes Shrewsbury the other way. That's going to go along the end boards, picked up by Petrick. Dan Petrick, Northeastern University commit. He's a sophomore, 5'70", 170 pounds. 5'7", I should say, 170 pounds. He's got 6 goals and 17 assists. That'll be an ice.
Yeah, I think there's actually been 2 shots. The first one was the butterfly save over here by Monjean. Right? On a 2-on-1, right?
I mean, that's the way I'm calling. I'm going by what they have on the Jumbotron.
Well,
nothing much yet.
What can I tell you?
More of a mini.
Don't ever rely on the scoreboard. You should know that, Jake. Go ahead.
Joe Brassow to take the draw for the Panthers, controlled by the Pioneers. That is ripped out from the point by Keith Moss, and it goes wide off the end glass. Still alive in Shrewsbury's zone. Blocked, that was Tyler Reynolds trying to crash the net. Out at the point, Jack Hare-Lahey couldn't get good wood on it. Out through the neutral zone, redirected by Keith Moss, and up into the stands. Some unassuming fans weren't paying attention. Al gets a stoppage, 9:07 to go in the first.
No chance of a puck coming up here, right?
I hope not.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Hey, you got the glass to protect your ass. I got
glasses, my helmet's on. Are you kidding me? I'm going to duck behind you, Jake.
Top line back out there for the Panthers. Riley Pratton plays it back towards Sibotter. Sibotter and Griffin, the defensive pairing out there for Zach Pratson up the right wing. Pratson fires on that. That's a pad saved by Mongeau. Puck loose on the far left side of the ice. Riley Pratson trying to crash the net, and Shrewsbury collapses in on the puck. Great defensive effort here by the Pioneers in the first 7 or so minutes of this game. That is not going to be an ice. It's waved off, stapled up along the end boards. Oh, it's a Pioneer forward. Patrick Storer in the neutral zone, redirects it right back towards Keith Petrozelli. Comes out of his net and leaves it for Matt Sibotter. Sibotter back for Cam Griffin. Cam Griffin, diagonal pass up for Zach Pratson up the right wing. Zach Pratson up the right wing. Pratson from the circle, fires it, goes off the side of the net. Out at the point, pinching in to play it is Jacob King. King down towards Pratson. Back out to the point, it's Matt Deloria. Goes wide to the near side.
Peter Cornella just missed the great tip-in on that one. He just tipped it wide of the goal.
Bit of a scrum down in the far corner boards. Back out to Peretz. Peretz out at the point now, Deloria. Deloria at the near point, taking his time. Goes cross ice for King. King fires it, blocked in front. Down to play it is Brendan Doherty for the Pioneers. Backhand wraparound bid, nothing doing there for Cathedral. Deloria back to King again. Pass was a little too hot to handle. Johnny Leonard out muscles his man to the puck. Trying to work it over towards Peretz. Nothing doing.
Done. That was Nagrati on defense. That was a great play. Picked it out of the air and cleared it out.
Cam Peretz gains the line. Drop pass for Leonard. Leonard couldn't handle the puck cleanly. Back for Peretz. Now back for Leonard in the near side corner boards up the right wing. Batted away by Stalmach. And here come the Pioneers the other way. Almost had a 2-on-1. A bit slow getting to the puck. Into the neutral zone. DJ Petrozelli gains the line up the right side. Goes down to his knees. Stays on him. And there's going to be a tripping call here. I don't know, Jimmy. That looked clean from this angle. Not sure if it hit the skate plates.
Luckily for us, we get to look at it again on replay. And, you know, here's the thing. Do you really need to call it? Do you know? Was it a penalty? Yeah, it was by the letter of the law. But Des Bryant made that catch, too. Go ahead.
Here's the Cathedral power play. Dan Petrick, the point man. Sends it down for Johnny Leonard, playing off the half wall in the circle now. Circling around, DJ Petrozelli back for Johnny Leonard. They're cycling on this near right side. Leonard out to the point, Petrick in the slot, Peretz shot, score! There's that Cathedral power play. Shot taken by Pete Cornell. May have been redirected by Petrick. We'll get your official ruling.
Boy, they throw that puck around so well in that offensive end. It was just a matter of time before they got it in the right spot at the right time. Peter Cornella finishing that one off in the slot. And how many, I guess so many pens you got. I've thrown them at you, Jake. So that's a power play goal at the, well, I keep forgetting how many, was 15 minutes a period, right?
15 minutes a period.
I'm kind of exposing myself as a hockey fraud here.
8:17 into the period. It's all right, Jimmy. We got you. 1-0 Cathedral. St. John Shrewsbury playing very well, though. Only giving up this goal on the power play. Here comes Cathedral back the other way. Zach Pratson up the near side right wing. Pratson centering pass looking for Petrick, who skated up from the point. Petrick back over for Pratson. Pratson from an impossible angle fires it, redirected by Monjo. Zach Pratson sends it behind the net. Devon Tung looking for it. Tung. Behind the net, it's Cam Parrots. Staying alive now, but here come Pioneers.
That was a high, that was an elbow, absolutely. Now that, you call, because I could see it here. So now you're going to see St. John's of Shrewsbury go on the penalty, on the power play.
I'm losing pens again, Jimmy.
So a play-by-play man, Jake, should always have at least 2 pens on him at all times, including a pencil. Just saying. You don't mind if I throw in a couple of tips here and there, right?
Jimmy, I came with 3. I don't know what happened to all of them. So now it is St. John's of Shrewsbury that will go on the man advantage.
That really doesn't mean much, really, with Springfield Cathedral. These kids are such good skaters. If they make a steal anywhere, it'll end up being in the other side's net.
Chris Stalmock up the near left side. Stalmock, number 27, takes it along the end boards, redirects the puck towards Barlock. Barlock being held up along the glass by Griffin. Barlock emerges with the puck, tries to go out to the point, a dangerous pass, nearly intercepted by Riley Pratson. Here comes Zegras. Zegras gains the line to the left. Zegras into the near corner, being flanked by Griffin the whole way. Out to the point, shorthanded chance. Here comes DJ Petrozelli. Petrozelli in by himself, goes off the crossbar. He had Monjo beat. Got a little too fancy.
I thought Monjo got a piece of that and put that up over the top. It happens so fast. What I tell you, though, as soon as they make a steal, there's going to be an opportunity for them, even while they're shorthanded, because they're so fast.
The speed on hand here for the Cathedral penalty kill. They lead 1-0, 5:06 to go in the first period.
36 seconds to go in this power play for St. John's. They got to get it out of their own end. Not like that, though. Got to skate it out of your own end.
Petrick back in the own end, playing catch with Bryce Parrots. Petrick all the way up for DJ Petrozelli, coming in hard on the right wing, shot, score! He passed it to Johnny Leonard.
Absolutely perfect.
Pretty easy.
Absolutely perfect play, and it was a takeaway. And as soon as you counterattack, again, with this Springfield Cathedral speed, it's so easy for them to get numbers up on defense and put it in the net, and that's exactly what they did again. You know, so now they've got a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. But when they're playing 5-on-5 aside, it's been fairly even. I got to say that. I don't think that they should petition the league and not allow Springfield Cathedral to go on the power play. They should have to play with 4 men the whole time.
You'll see this happen. Sometimes a team gets so excited that they're on the man advantage that they try so hard not to make a mistake, and they don't just think about the basics of it.
Lord
Give up a loose play.
Hey, as a longtime coach of another sport,
one that involves goals, if I'm
that's
not
right,
mistaken.
goals, big goals, 8x24.
They're that big? Wow.
And the movement off the puck is very similar to the movement off the ball in soccer. I'll admit, I see this all the time. And I would recruit from the hockey team, I just want to say.
Goes all the way down the river, covered up by Monjo with 4.5 to go in the first period. Still in the box, by the way, is Zach Pratson. 6 more seconds to go on the man advantage for the Pioneers.
Now, St. John's of Shrewsbury was just so much better when they were 5-on-5. So they'll get there. They'll come back here, make a little bit of a game of it. You know, you never know in this sport, right?
Moss accidentally sent the puck off the netting into the stands. That gets us another whistle. Cathedral going to change some personnel. Looks like the Pioneers going to stay with what they have. 1 second to go, and Zach Pratson will be out of the box. Moss. Back for Herlihy. Pioneers trying to crash the net. Herlihy sends it into the right side circle. Johansson couldn't get to it cleanly. Over in the far side circle. far side corner boards, rather. Johansson. It's knocked off the play by King. Near half wall. That was played by Herlihy. Out at the point and pinch it in to keep it alive temporarily, if even was Weatherby. You got to keep the puck away from your defensive end as long as you can if you're Shrewsbury. I like that play, even though it wasn't going to sustain an offensive rush.
Allow him to get fresh legs on the ice, too.
That puck takes a strange bounce into the corner boards. Over to plate is Patrick Storr. He's a co-captain for the Pioneers. Out of their zone, a turnover and a kick save by Petrozelli. You know, you talk all about Cathedral and all the goals they score, but then there's all the goals they don't give up either. Petrozelli giving up 6 goals on 100 shots.
Yeah, when he's on his knees, he still covers the entire net.
6'5", 175 pounds. Get the feeling he'll fill out a little bit. He'll be one of those Olaf Kolzig type goalies.
Absolutely.
Ole, the goalie, former Washington Capital great. Took him to the Cup in '98, I believe. Didn't win it.
That was the days when Scott Stevens on defense back then.
He was still running around out there decapitating people. I don't think that would go in today's NHL. Here come the Pioneers. 2-on-1 if they hustle. Lehan backhands it on Petrozelli, and he's able to corral it for the glove save.
And you see, here's what's going on this. What I'm seeing so far is, look, the Springfield Cathedral goalie really doesn't give up too many rebounds. And the St. John's of Shrewsbury goalie, Manjo's had a little problem holding on to those rebounds, but hasn't cost him. You can't blame the goalie. Giving up a 2-on-1 shorthanded goal and a power play goal against the top team in the state, in Springfield Cathedral.
Danny Barlock won that battle in the corner boards, tried to get it out to the point. Caroms into the neutral zone, played by Doherty. He redirects it behind Petrozelli. Lost it for a second, but able to scoop it right back up was Cibotic. Cathedral looking to break out. Pete Cronella, long pass, and it goes wide to the near side of the net of Monjo. We're going to get another draw back in the Cathedral defensive end, where we haven't had many tonight.
No, and you see what Springfield Cathedral's able to do. They're able to open up the ice with these long, 20, 30-foot passes from one side of the rink to the other, and that, of course, creates some holes in the defense for them to skate through. And, well, St. John's is still in this game, though.
Garrett Lehan to take the draw against Cronella.
Whoa, that was on net, almost.
Cathedral able to come out with the puck. It's Cronella in the far corner boards. Had to spin around a little bit, avoid the check from Stalmach. Out of the neutral zone, it's Riley Pratson. Pratson has his line mates alongside him. Pratson fires wide to the far side. Takes a Pioneers bounce out to the half wall out in the neutral zone. Now here comes Barlock. Barlock in by himself, sends it wide to the near side of the net this time. Takes a Cathedral bounce this time. Here's Zach Pratson, cross ice. Tries to connect with Cronella, and that's an offside. Was waiting for the whistle. The ref saw the same thing we did. Stoppage with 1:50 to play, first period.
Size-wise, there isn't much difference between these two teams. They're both Division I teams, big guys, athletic. They all can skate well, and they're not afraid to put the body on either.
Draw controlled by the Pioneers. Moss, diagonal pass, hits off the glass. Looked like it was going to redirect up towards us for a second.
I was on it.
Dan Petrick tries to force it up towards Zamuda, and there's a big collision in front of the Pioneer bench. No penalties, all clean. Puck goes through the corner. Petrozelli cuts it off, leaves it instead for Bryce Peretz. Out the far right, left, make that side of the ice. Cathedral, top the zone. Here's your extra skater, Brendan Neymar, on the ice. 5th line tonight, duties for Neymar. He's a freshman, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points total. Tiny guy, 5'8", 138 pounds. Neymar, make that Leonard rather, leaves it for Petrick, fires it. Neymar sends his body. Here's Petrozelli to Petrick at the point. Petrozelli skates out to the top of the slot, lets it rip, and a nice glove save by Monjo right in the breadbasket.
Nicely done. I like the kid. I like the goalie in net for Monjo there for St. John's of Shrewsbury.
Monjo, 5'9", 200 pounds out of Grafton. He is a sophomore.
Well, he's going to get a very good education tonight.
You'd think he hasn't faced a team like Cathedral all year long, but this is all they do. These teams in the Catholic West, they play the big-time teams. They've played Central Catholic. They've played Xaverian. They've played BC High. They played Marshfield, another pretty good team from back east. Marshfield, Austin Prep. There's no shortage.
No, and that's why that conference is able to attract the type of high school talent that they are able to get. They know they're going to be facing the best in the state.
Johnny Leonard with a quick slam on the break, sends it out to the point for Cam Griffin. That goes wide to the far side, inside of a minute to go in the first. Cathedral up 2-0 on St. John's of Shrewsbury. Negrati got knocked down, and we're going to see if that results in anything. I saw the same thing. Hand pass?
Hand pass.
Nothing? All right. Draw should come out into the neutral zone. St. John's of Shrewsbury won their last time out on Saturday against St. Peter Marion. That was in Worcester, 4-2. They also beat Coyle and Cassidy a week ago tonight, right here at home. So they're on a 2-game winning streak.
That hurt.
At the point, Sabater bats it towards the half wall, goes wide of the net. Over to play it is Cam Parrots. Cam Parrots redirects it to the point again. Sabater fires it, blocked in front, might have gone off his own man. Johnny Leonard skates out to the puck. He is so fast. Batting it towards DJ Petrozelli in the far circle, goes off the skate blades. Apologies.
Great job. Great job by the St. John's. Great job.
Fantastic block there.
Giving up the body.
Quinn Livin.
Great job to go down that. Great way to end the period for St. John's of Shrewsbury, taking the body, taking those pucks off. There was 3 shots by Springfield Cathedral that were right at the St. John's of Shrewsbury players, and they blocked them all, and it was very impressive. So, not bad after one period.
They're trailing 2-0, but they're not necessarily being outplayed, Jimmy. I get the feeling we haven't seen the last of the Pioneers. After one period of play, it's 2-0 Cathedral. 2 goals, one from Pete Cronella at 8:17 on the power play from Zach Kratz, and one for Johnny Leonard at 10:18 from DJ Petrozelli. That one was short-handed, so 5-on-5, pretty simple. Keep it that way if you're the Pioneers.
That's right. They gave up a short-handed goal and a power play goal, but 5-on-5, it's been even so far, and this is their Super Bowl. This is St. John's of Shrewsbury Super Bowl. Their Stanley Cup final. They get a chance to kind of gauge how they're going to play against the best.
All right, Jimmy, well done. We're going to kick it back, take a break, intermission, and we'll be back to you in about 10-15 minutes here at MyHockeyLive.com. Right behind Petrozelli, but this time it's controlled by the Pioneers. Over in the corner, Garrett Lehan. But it's intercepted by Petrozelli. Petrozelli atop the slot, trying to work his way through a slew of Shrewsbury defenders. Nothing doing. There's Johnny Leonard now. It was picked up by Herlihy. Trying to clear it out of their zone are the Pioneers.
Look at the forecheck.
You'd almost think the Cathedral's on a power play right now. There's a chance. It's Stalmach. Stalmach in, and it gets redirected. Try to redirect it towards Lehan, and here's Cathedral up the other way. Johnny Leonard in. Johnny Leonard shot, scored, too easy.
Yeah, way too easy. And it's too bad because St. John's had a great chance on the other end, but this is what happens. As soon as you expose yourself on the offensive end, you can just turn it right around and get right back at you. And you're looking for a pen again.
This is unbelievable.
I just want you to know I went downstairs and got you the pen that fell. All right? So I have one. It's somewhere deep in my pockets, but they're coming out.
Johnny Leonard.
Man, is he good, huh?
He puts the Panthers on top 3-0 at 2:07 of the second period.
Leonard, the U.S. national team knows exactly who he is. 2-on-1 now again for Cathedral.
That's the third line getting in on it. Devon Tung, the center of that line, up with his mates, Zamuda and Cathedral. Out at the point, a rare misstep by Petrick. Tyler Reynolds tries to break away for Pioneers. Batted away by Johansson. Petrozelli gets the assist. Petrozelli with a pair of assists. Leonard with a pair of goals.
Again, and again, and again.
You get the feeling it hasn't been the last we've seen of that combination.
No.
Back in their own end are the Pioneers. Trying to clear out. Tough to do so against this Cathedral lineup. Petrov is taken by Zamuda and a save by Monjo. Intercepted, kept alive momentarily by Petrick. He skates out through the neutral zone now. Petrick redirects it backhand for Cam Griffin. Cam Griffin's going to skate up, gain the line. Griffin in, fires, pad save Monjo, send all the way back out down the river, right to Keith Petrozelli. He's going to skate out and send it out into the neutral zone himself. And that's going to be nice. Couldn't connect with anybody on that pass.
No,
Coming right back to the defensive end of the Panthers.
Now it's funny. I've been trying to figure out who he reminds me of, the goalie in net for Cathedral. There's a guy named Garth Snow who played for the University of Maine and came from Rentham, Massachusetts. Tall, lanky, just like him.
Had a long career in the NHL.
Had a long career in the NHL. And a former guest on my show, I might add.
And you know, he's built a decent little team there on Long Island with the Islanders. If you've been paying attention. Top line out there, it's Cornella. Cornella gains the line. Cornella in, gets past one defender. Had his stick lifted, I believe, by Zegers. Into the corner, Pratson. Pratson jousting with Storer. Trying to clear out, Romano. Goes up and over for Negrati. Back out into the neutral zone. Skating over first one, there's Griffin. Cam Griffin in his own end. Sends it through to the neutral zone. Long pass, finds Riley Pratson. Pratson gains the line to the left side. Pratson centering pass shot. Just missed a wide open net, far side.
Another shot.
Pioneers up the other way. It's Storer. Storer in until he ran into Jacob King. Gained the line nevertheless. Went wide to the far side of Petrozelli. Back out. Cam Peretz. Peretz batting at the puck. Able to swipe it away was Pratson. Riley Pratson redirects it into the attacking end. Picked up immediately by Herlihy. Herlihy goes across the ice for Zegers. Johnny Leonard backtracks a little bit and works it up for Cam Peretz. Cam Peretz up for DJ Petrozelli. Petrozelli jams on the brakes, turns around, sends it out to the point where calling for it was Crawford. Check that, Deloria. And here come the Pioneers, 3-on-2 for a moment. That goes wide off the end boards out at the point played by Stalmach. I believe it might have gotten stuck up in netting.
So the comparison to Garth Snow with Mr. Petrozelli, yes, he looks like him. Yes, he's long and lanky, but it was his stick work that did really remind me of what Garth used to be able to do. And that's such an advantage when you're in goal, is to be able to start that break from your own end, from your own goal.
Now, where did Garth play his high school hockey?
I knew you were going to ask me that. It wasn't King Philip, but it was Rentham, and not sure. How's that? I could go to there's a place called Google I could do.
That's what I was thinking, hockey reference.
Thayer Academy, maybe? Thayer, maybe?
Thayer seems to turn out some NHL players. Tony Amonte comes
Yeah.
Draw coming up. Tossed from the circles, Cam Peretz, replaced by Johnny Leonard. Leonard taking on Pat Storer. Won by Leonard. Behind the net, Jacob King, up ice, up for DJ Petrozelli. Petrozelli flying up the left wing. Petrozelli in, turns it around, centering pass. Scooped up by the Pioneers from the point, fired by Jacob King, and it goes into the far corner boards. Cam Peretz, little body meets a body there. Johnny Leonard, top of the slot, couldn't get good wood on it. Herlihy able to come out with a puck. Now here come the Pioneers, 2-on-2. Mano a mano, it's Lehan into the slot, fired, saved by Petrozelli. Shot taken by Barlock. That was an excellent chance for the senior out of Shrewsbury, playing in his hometown.
And that was really their best counterattack. Won the puck in their own zone, skated it out, had a little bit of numbers up on offense, and got a solid shot on, but right at the goalie.
Weatherby to take the draw, posed by Zmuda. Zmuda won it for the Panthers. Back to play with Bryce Peretz, redirects for Dan Petrick. Petrick up for Zmuda, gets it out in the neutral zone. Now here comes number 20, Devon Tong up the left wing. In, saved by Monjo. It was deflected. Tim Zmuda fired it from the slot. It was a bit of a knuckle.
And this guy, Kyle Kazeroid?
Kazeroid.
Yeah, this is the last one on the puck there.
Tongue on the draw, posed by Weatherby. Controlled by the Pioneers. Played out at the point, though, by Peretz. Fired, saved by Monjo. Loose in the slot, Tongue sends it in. That's a goal for Devon Tongue, the freshman, his fourth of the season. Comes at 6:09, and it's 4-0 Cathedral.
And that was exactly what was happening to Matty Monjo, who looks a little shaken up on the play, too. He's slow to get up, but it's leaving those rebounds out, and you cannot do that against a team like Springfield Cathedral, because they have 5 guys on the ice that can put it in the back of the net, especially if they see how wide open it is off a rebound.
Monjo will stay in the game, looks to be fine.
Uh-oh, that could have been trouble. I'll get it.
Draw control by the Panthers. Griffin, up ice, couldn't work it for Foster. Back in the defensive end now. It's the fourth line out there for Cathedral. This should be an excellent opportunity for the Pioneers to get a goal back. Skating around the attacking zone was the score. It was blocked in front. Here comes this fourth line. Rousseau sees it. Cathedral on a tour of the attacking end. Fired, and it goes off the post. Came off the stick of Cam Griffin. Puck loose on the near side half wall. About 6 players in total down there. Moves it towards the slot and cleared out. Not entirely. Kept in by Griffin. Griffin to the point, trying to find Seabotter. Comes right back to Griffin in the neutral zone. Griffin to Seabotter. Seabotter back for Griffin. Defenseman playing catch, waiting for the Pioneers to let up. Batting at the puck was Foster. Cathedral's going to change lines. Back to play it is Romano in the neutral zone. End of the zone, I should say. We come all the way down towards Keith Petrozelli. Handles the puck and leaves it for Riley Pratson. Redirects it. On the left side, Griffin connects up ice with Zach Pratson. Pratson gains the line, knocked off the play momentarily by Lehan. That was Harley looking for the chance. Couldn't get past the Cathedral defense. Lehan. Cross ice for Barlock. Barlock, long diagonal, couldn't connect with Stamlock.
Beautiful pass.
Up ice, here's Riley Pratson. Pratson from top of the slot, fires and scores. Riley
started
Pratson.
by Peter Cornella with a beautiful no-look pass right at the red line, and that just sent his teammate in. And I think Matt Mongeau actually is a little still shaken up. I don't think he's recovered since that rebound goal. Actually, one of the referees has given him some extra time just to catch himself. But that was a beautiful pass right in front of us by Peter Cornella.
Pratson line is going to stay out there with Cornell, of course, on the left wing. Back defensively, it's Deloria. Cathedral takes their time, works from their own end. And then next thing you know, they're in the attacking zone.
Cathedral goal scored by number 5.
Heath Moss into the neutral zone. Here comes Riley Pratson again. Riley Pratson and jams on the bridge, fires, saved by Mongeau, redirected into the corner boards.
Pratson from Granella and King.
Great job by Mongeau just to get back in that and make the save, make that first save. Goalie should only have to make one save.
That was Pratson's 3rd goal of the season, coming from Cornell, and that's batted in and a glove save by Mongeau.
And Pratson's another one who's already committed to Providence. Of course, he's a
sophomore.
I was doing my math. It's that math thing. It just takes me a while.
5'8", 158 pounds. All these guys aren't even finished growing, Jimmy. That's the thing about pretty much any high school hockey player. But you see these kids already committed to the D1 powers. And then it really hits home.
Well, their technical skills are outstanding.
Quinlivan back checked off by Perrits. DJ Petrozelli, Cam Perrits, Johnny Leonard, they all move to the right side of the ice, playing defense. Into the far corner boards, Petrick stapled off the play. Kevin Quinlivan works it out to the point for Doherty. Doherty fires and scores!
There you go.
St. John's of Shrewsbury on the board, came from the point by Brendan Doherty. And it's 5-1.
I think that
5:51 still to go.
I think it got tipped on the
Certainly
way in.
looked like a tip. Doherty shot it. We'll confirm.
We'll take a look at the replay again, maybe. Maybe not. It's tough to see on those tips, but it definitely took a different direction in front of the net. And good for St. John's of Shrewsbury not to give up. I'll tell you, it's easy to pack it in when you're down 5-0.
This team, they still have a lot of landmines left on their schedule, well beyond Cathedral. We'll get to that in a moment. It was indeed Doherty, Jimmy.
All right.
Number 3, Kevin Quinlivan. And number 18, Patrick Storr. At 9:09 of the second period.
That time I think Petrozelli just never had a chance to look at it, and I think it took a may have gotten off one of the Springfield Cathedral players.
Fired from the point. Came off the stick of Ciabatta. Here come the Pioneers 2-on-2. In is Lehan. Lehan redirected it for Stalmach. Stalmach along the end boards, couldn't keep it in clearly. One-time bid, hits off the protective netting. Off the stick of Romano. But Jimmy, anyway, St. John Shrewsbury, they're going to have Cathedral again. They have Arlington Catholic. They have Archies. They have St. John's Prep. They have Hingham. They have a lot of good teams.
That's it.
Franklin, they have Franklin who tied Cathedral.
That's right. In the very beginning of the year, it was probably one of the more surprising results in the high school hockey season so far. Not that knocking Franklin in any way, because they're a very competitive team. They have a great program down there.
One bad ounce of puck luck away from beating Cathedral. There's a shot taken at the doorstep, saved by Petrozelli from Weatherby. Here comes Cathedral up the other way. Brendan Neymar in gains line, sends it along the end boards. Down there is Joe Brissot. Neymar centering pass, nobody home, and it trickles out into the neutral zone. Skating backwards is Deloria. Back up for Brissot. Brissot touch pass for Neymar. Had the line gained, couldn't handle it cleanly, was Weatherby on the forecheck. In the near side corner boards, calling for the puck and getting it is Jacob King. King on the near point, defended pretty well by Tyler Reynolds, back out into the neutral zone. King off the sideboards looking for Brissot. Brissot muscles his way into the attacking end. Brissot comes up with the puck and fires it. It went off the crossbar. Pioneers would like to get another goal back. They trail 5-1 with 4:18 to go in the second. This one's going to trickle all the way back towards Petrozelli. Ice waved off. Keith Petrozelli, long pass up for Pete Cornella. Cornella picked his corner and scored.
And like what I say, right? When the goalie can handle the puck that well from his own crease, he can start breakaways like that. That's exactly what Petrozelli did that time, and even put his hand up. He knew he got an assist on that. Every goalie in America and Canada and all over the world loves to get on the score sheet, even though they like to keep it clean as well.
6-1 Cathedral. Always fun when the goalie gets on the, on the score sheet.
Right, no, I get it.
They want more. Here comes Riley Pratson. Pratson, shot.
Save. Great
Good
save.
save
Great
by
save.
Monjon. I wasn't sure if he had him beat.
Okay, Monjo does a nice job of anticipating a 2-on-1. Obviously, he's seeing a lot of that tonight, and he knows that they're going to make that pass.
Puck goes back into the corner boards. Doherty trying to clear it out. Stolen away by Pratson. Out at the point, was trying to connect with Petrick. Here comes Storr. Storr gains the line up the left side. Storr has his pocket picked, this time by Pratson. Here they come up ice. Pete Cornella back for Zach Pratson this time. They have the line gained. Maybe not. That was an offside.
Yep, delayed offside that time, and as soon as the Cathedral guy touched it, that brought a whistle out. 6-1, Springfield Cathedral up with 3:31 to play here in the second period. And who are you again?
I'm Jake Lemon. Who are you?
I'm Jimmy Young, and I'm cold.
I've seen worse. I have seen much colder arenas
I'll
than
stop
this.
complaining.
You ever been to Pilgrim Arena in Hingham?
No.
Ponca Park down in Canton?
No.
Yeah, you
don't understand.
DJ Petrozelli sends it over to the half wall by Peretz. Pioneers looking for a chance. That shot was taken and saved by Keith Petrozelli. Came off the stick of Stalmach.
Back in the day when I was covering sports on a regular basis for New England Cable News, we tried to shy away from high school sports because we knew if we started to favor the Metro Boston schools, we'd hear it from Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and you just can't be everywhere.
New England Cable News, not Massachusetts. Very true.
That's right.
Shot taken by Zegras and blocked, believed by Leonard. Doing it all. Leonard calling for the puck way up ice. They're trying to skate his way over to it anyways on the long clearing pass. Here comes Lehan. Lehan gains the line, fires it. Blocker save Petrozelli. Rebound and a blisterer taken by Zegras. Goes into the corner boards. Another shot taken, this time by Romano, and it caroms all the way out into the neutral zone. Back to play it defensively. DJ Petrozelli skates with the puck. Knocked off the play by Romano. Petrozelli knocked down for a second, still with the puck. Petrozelli, cross ice to the point, finds Ciabatta. Ciabatta is blocked by Zegras. Right back to Griffin. Griffin up to Cam Parrots. Make that Petrozelli had the line gain, but knocked off the play. Zegras looking for Romano. Up ice, in through the neutral zone. Had a 3-on-2, but that was the result of a hand pass. So we're going to get a draw back in the Cathedral attacking zone with 2:06 to go in the second.
I'll tell you, when Cathedral starts forechecking, you're just back on your heels, and you're just hanging on. And that's exactly what St. John's Shrewsbury were trying to do. But I'll tell you, they're staying with them when it's even strength as much as they possibly can, except for a few mistakes.
Devon Tongue wins the draw for the Panthers. In through the circle, trying to find Zamora on the far left side of the ice. Zamora had that one blocked by Moss. Here come the Pioneers. Up ice, it was Tyler Reynolds. Reynolds still has it in the right side circle, comes right to Petrozelli. That puck was almost so slow, it was like a change-up in baseball. He was almost fooled by it, able to put the glove on it.
I think you're stretching it, Jake. I don't think he was fooled by it. I just think the speed put him a little bit off balance, maybe.
It was very slow. Weatherby on the draw, wins it for the Pioneers. Moss takes the shot, and
that time he saw that, and he did a nice job with it too, because he was partially screened on that play.
Petrozelli split the Red Sea there to get it in.
So impressive with his performance in net, even though he'll probably knock himself, because as you know, we're all our own toughest critics.
Oh, he thinks it should be 6-0 right now, no question.
And he should have got an assist on every goal, I'm sure.
He wants an empty netter later. Moss sends a puck along the end boards, down low for Weatherby. Weatherby over for Reynolds, back out to the point for Moss. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Here come the Panthers the other way, but getting a stick in the way was Johansson. Johansson pushed the puck into the attacking zone. Able to pick the puck up is Petrick. Petrick lofts it up over everyone. Top the point, batted at, and kept alive by Herlihy. Herlihy again tries to redirect it, broke his stick in the process. Here comes Brendan Neymar. Neymar up for Brousseau. Brousseau in, shot, score. Joe Brousseau on the board. That's his second goal of the season. Make it 6-1 with 1:11 still to go in the second.
And again, that giveaway by St. John's of Shrewsbury, taking advantage of every time they make a mistake. Springfield Cathedral just jumps on it and puts another goal up on the board. They're just, hey, I came to see the best. I'm seeing the best. I got to tell you, I'm impressed. But I really like the fact that St. John's of Shrewsbury is really playing as hard as they possibly can. They knew they were outmatched coming into this game, but they're not laying down. In fact, if anything, I think they're trying a little bit too hard.
1 minute left to go in the period.
Puck again in towards the slot, crashing at it was Pratsy. Couldn't get a goal. Out to the point, thought about it was Ciabatta. He wanted to tee that up. Cross point for Griffin. Griffin back down low for Pratson. Make that Cornella. Over for Pratson. Pratson to the point, one-time big shot, and it was blocked in front by Quinlivan, and there's another goal for Cathedral.
Give up a rebound to Cathedral, and you know you're going to give up a goal. I would say, what are we at, 8 up there now? I would say out of the 8 goals, I think 4 of them come off rebounds. It's off the top of my head, but it's got to be so frustrating for any team that plays Cathedral, because they are just relentless in that offensive zone.
Got to play mistake-free hockey. It's hard to believe 2 teams have even tied Cathedral so far.
Yeah, and also I think that the coach of Cathedral, Brian Foley, has not been playing John Leonard as much as he normally would, which I give a coach a lot of credit for that.
So Brousseau gets his second goal in less than a minute. Exactly 30 seconds, as a matter of fact. There's a big scrum along the end boards. 12 seconds to go. That's pretty much going to bleed the clock. Finally comes loose, pried out to the point, looking for the puck, and getting it was Romano. Still loose along the end boards, redirect in front. The slot trying to fire it at the last second. Excellent chance by Negrati, but Petrozelli stoned him. And that'll do it for the second period. 8-1, Jimmy.
Well, I came to see Springfield Cathedral explode, and I've obviously seen that. Very impressive second period by Cathedral. And again, you give St. John's all the credit in the world. They're not giving up. They're still playing hard. They're still throwing their bodies in front of shots. They're trying to collapse down in their own defensive end and just, put as many bodies as possible around a puck when Springfield Cathedral has it in the offensive zone. And they're just too quick. They're just too quick, and they take advantage of every mistake you're going to make.
We also have a scoring change on that last goal. It was Pratson Although I don't know if it was Riley or Zach. We can figure
I
it
get
out
those
for
two
you.
mixed up all the time.
One's a senior, one's a sophomore. Should be easier said than done. One's got 3 inches on the other, too, for what it's worth. Zach is 3 inches taller than Riley. I digress. That's going to do it for the second period. We'll be back for the third. MyHockeyLive.com. Jake Levin alongside Jimmy Young for Cathedral versus St. John's of Shrewsbury.
John's of Shrewsbury and Springfield Cathedral game. It's 8-1 after second period, and we are underway in the third, and not just 12 seconds in. Springfield Cathedral gets back on the board again. I mean, mercy. Goodness gracious.
Jimmy, when this team decides to pour it on, they pour it on.
Yeah, well, it's just got to be so disheartening for the St. John's of Shrewsbury team, though. That's 12 seconds in. That was the first shot on net in the third period. But here they come.
This Cathedral team, Jimmy, over their last 3 games alone, 28 goals, and that's before this. You add on 9, 37 goals in their last 4 games of hockey, not even 4 full games. Here's Cathedral back up ice. Riley Pratson, he's looking for more. Sends that one high into the corner. Out of play. Almost took out some fans over there.
So Riley Pratson has 1, 2, 3.
That's a hat trick for
That
Pratson.
would be. But I'm not throwing my hat on the rink, okay? I know a lot of people would like me to.
You need that thing. I should have brought one of my own. That puck goes high just out of the attacking end. There's Johnny Leonard. Leonard, quiet night by his standards, only 1 goal. Still has 21 on the season.
And I actually think that's because Brian Foley's been keeping him on the bench a lot. And you know what? That's what a coach is supposed to do, because it's too easy. Oh, thought that was going to be another one.
That was Cam Parrots trying to make it a perfect 10.
And I think it went in off.
Yep.
I think it went in.
By the way, a change in net for the third period. Alex Franchi into the game. He's a junior from Shrewsbury, 5'8", 155 pounds.
I wonder what bet he lost to get in the third period. I guess it's great experience to play against a team this good, because you have to be so focused on your game and your technique. And that one just was a tough break.
It is a perfect 10 for Cathedral. They have scored 10 or more goals now, 3 of their last 4 games.
Cathedral goal scored by number 14, DJ.
And that was DJ Petrozelli.
Assisted by number 4, Cameron Harris. And
The
number
backhand
2,
in.
Matt Seaboder. At 1:07 the third period.
55 seconds after the first. Cycling around, both teams very much going through the motions. Zamota sends it along the end boards. Trying to catch up with it is Kazroyd. Kazroyd for Tung now. Tung out in the far circle, trying to work it for Kazroyd. Getting the stick down. Kazroyd redirects it along to the end boards. Tung will give chase. Tung in that corner, being worked on by Stalmont. Out at the point and letting it rip, looking for the deflection there. Came off the stick of Deloria and deflected with the blocker, and it looks like that might have hurt a little bit.
No, I think yeah.
Just making some adjustments.
Either adjustments or something, but that he whipped off that waffle board really fast and is now down on one knee.
I think he is just working on something. Nobody's over there checking up on him.
Right.
You would assume his teammates will go over there if he was hurt.
You would think, right? And wave somebody over or something? No.
Cole Foster out there, flanked by Joe Brissot in the slot. Sal Castellanicus to the right.
Now I'm going to give credit to Mike Mead and the St. John's of Shrewsbury team, because you know what? They could easily just pack this thing in and they're back at it again. I mean, they're not laying down at all.
Certainly not, and this is a similar thing. I saw a Cathedral game about 2 weeks ago against Matignon, and Matignon played very well in the second and third periods, despite the next to impossible task of coming back. They played out there. They still had their pride, and here's we're going to get a whistle. Should be a penalty, maybe an interference, or a hold, rather.
I think it's going to be a hold.
Guilty party is a Panther. I believe it's Bryce Perritz. I always find this unique when they have the penalty box right next to the bench.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh,
You gotta fit it in somewhere.
hardly a penalty if that's the case. You're still right next to your teammates. They're still right there. Here comes Riley Pratson, up ice by himself. Riley Pratson in on the shorthand. Now, Jimmy, if you recall back to the first period, Cathedral only scored 2 goals, and they both came in special team situations.
I do remember that.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was 2-0 after 1 period. Remember that.
Stalmach up for Negrati as he gains the line up the right. Clearing it out is Griffin. Can't do it completely. Zegras out at the point. Loses it. Riley Pratson, touch pass, working it up for Cornella, and he scores. Pete Cornella. That's 11-1 now. 11's been the magic number, Jimmy. Can they get past it tonight?
That's been their high for the season, right? 11,
yes.
They've done that now a couple of times.
3 different times in their last 4 games, as a matter of fact.
I just think Mike Mead's in his first year at St. John's of Shrewsbury. They got a great tradition over there, and I'm thinking this team will just have to take its lumps this year, but will come back stronger than ever next year and the year after that.
11-1. You're down 10. What do you tell your players when you're down 10, Jimmy?
Keep playing hard. Keep playing hard. Don't lose your focus. I mean, it's so easy to do that. I mean, of course you're going to be down a little bit, but you got to just keep playing the game.
Here comes Cathedral again, although that is forwarded by Lehan. Intercepted by Zach Pratson, sends it back. Coming up with the puck is Deloria. Deloria sends it up the right side boards. Out of the net to play it is Franchi. Franchi over for Herlihy. Back to the defensive end. Played by Jacob King, goes along the end boards, gets to Deloria. Deloria back for King, they're playing catch along the end boards. King works it to the neutral zone now for Johnny Leonard. Now, if I'm Cathedral coach Brian Foley, with Petruzzelli and Leonard in particular here, that whole line, you almost don't want them out there just because they can fall into some bad habits. Just ho-hum if you're up 10.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to say that, but just based on what I can see, the talent level, the technical ability, the passing,
they're
all
far
that
too
time.
disciplined.
Yeah, they really are.
Pinching in is King. He
There's
wanted
a
one.
save.
Got deflected up into the protected net in 10:14 to go, third period. Each team taking a full line change. Yeah, the full.
And a very short shift for that first line too, which again, I as a coach, you don't need to score any more goals. You know, it's, the result is not in doubt here. It's just now a question of working on your timing and.
Taking care of a loose puck. Devon Tung, Tim Zmuda, Kyle Kazroyd, your line out there. Defense pairing. I believe it is Bryce Peretz with Dan Petrick. That one's fired and sent wide. Out at the point. Peretz with Petrick in the neutral zone. Petrick, back for Peretz. Works it up ice for Zmuda. Zmuda up the far left side, gains the line. Pinching in now. Here's Peretz. Peretz fires. Save by Franchi.
St. John's penalties to number 66, Matt.
PA announces just catching up to that penalty. I'm sorry, but they've already scored a short goal, and you got to move on here.
Cam Peretz, that is, up ice. Couldn't connect with Kazroyd cleanly. Out through the neutral zone. Redirected by Peretz. Back where it came from. Very short, choppy shifts here for Cathedral. Getting everybody out there at this point. I was surprised sometimes they don't stress 5 lines. Might be a regulation thing. Castellanicus fires and a save by Franchi.
Franchi's made a couple of saves over that last minute or two, and perhaps getting his own confidence up a little bit, because you give up 2 quick goals in the first minute of the period, that's going to shake you up.
Both Foster and Weatherby tossed from the draw to be replaced by Berceau and Stalmach. Bit of a stalemate, ultimately controlled by the Pioneers. Here comes Stalmach up the center of the ice. Stalmach gains the line, trying to get around Cam Griffin. With the puck now in the far corner boards, we got a whistle. What's the call here, Jimmy?
I think it's going to go against Cathedral for charge. That's a charge. Oh, no. I don't see anybody.
Somebody's going for the Pioneers. Stalmach in the box for the Pioneers.
That's unnecessary. You know, don't put Cathedral back on the power play. That's questionable. Whatever. You know what? It's so difficult to be a referee in any sport at any level.
I was a Little League umpire for 10 years.
It really is. You can't win because you're a referee, okay? And everybody's going to hate you. That's just tough. You got to have very thick skin to do that.
If you do a good job, nobody's going to tell you did a good job because you did your job.
Right.
You did a bad job, you have to go. That's a
good save.
Shot taken by Kazroyd. Redirects out to the far side half wall. Devon Tung down for Kazroyd. Kazroyd behind the net, cycling around, pinching in and keeping it alive for the time being is Seabater. Seabater back out at the far point. Goes down low for Tung. Tung for Kazroyd, lets it rip, and it went off a defender in front. I believe it was Herlihy. In the corner, tussling around, Zegras working on Tung. Tung, he has 1 goal tonight. Tung sticks with it, pinches in a little bit from the corner, sends it out to the point. That's Seabater. Seabater one-time bid, and that is well wide to the near side of the ice. Shot taken, a blisterer from Cam Griffin, the junior. Seabater for Kazroyd, back for Griffin, against Seabater. Fires it, and it was blocked in front. Is Kazroyd looking, I think he was looking for Zamuda there. Kazroyd calling for the puck, gets it, sending pass towards slot, falls into the far corner boards. Going to carry all the way outside the zone, and that should just about do it for this power play. Still 7 seconds to go. Long diagonal pass off the boards up for Castellanicus. Knocked away by Moss. Out through the neutral zone. Here's Stalmach, fresh out of the box. Stalmach couldn't handle it cleanly. Here's Brousseau. Brousseau gained the line and knocked off the play immediately, but worked towards Castellanicus. Still alive, fanning at that puck was Deloria. Here come the Pioneers. It's Weatherby. Weatherby in. Trickles off some netting or glass or something.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? Give St. John's of Shrewsbury credit. They just killed off a penalty and didn't give up a goal. And, they're still in it, and they're still coming back. And it takes a lot of character to just not lay down, Give them a lot of credit. Just to try and hang in there.
Here's Barlock. Take the draw for the Pioneers. Barlock kind of backhanded on net, looking for a goal there, I think. That's was the intention. One a bit wide. Blazing up the far left side of the ice, Cathedral. It's number 8, Cole Foster. Foster pinched up along the M boards. Wraparound bid, shot scorer, Sal Castellanicus, there's 12.
Yeah, he saw that opening, and he was in front of the net. He wrapped that thing around in about under a second. He just saw that the St. John's goalie was just on the other side of the post, and he says, I'm going to be able to beat him to his post, and he did. It's a tough thing, and there's your season's best totals of 12 now, right?
12 goals for Springfield Cathedral.
Scoreboard hasn't caught up to that yet. There we go. To make sure that the scoreboard went up to 12.
Can they get 20? Is 20 in play?
You know what? I have a lot of opinions that I'm keeping to myself about this, but I know you have to play the games. I know the high schools, they're on your schedule. You can only play who's on your schedule, and you certainly learn a lot from your wins and your losses, no question about it. I get all that. And this is about timing and playing together, I just remember a time when I had a really struggling team that didn't win a game going into the final game of the year when we were playing the first place team. And I went up to the coach and I said, look, we forfeit. Let's pick up sides and play a game of soccer here. And we picked up sides, and they had a great game of soccer. 2-2 was the final, and in the books it went down as a 1-0 win for them, or 10-0. I said, I don't care what score you want, take it. Let's just let the kids play a competitive game. But that's not high school. That was youth sports. I get that too. You know?
Yeah, and you gotta sometimes wonder what is that age where you draw the line, so to speak.
That's right. That's a
Weatherby
character builder. This is a
skates-
character builder. Cathedral's got their second string goalie in now.
Yep, that good eye there, Jimmy. It is Zach Stiegmeyer. He's a junior. 5'10", 145 pounds. He has faced only 7 shots all season. He has stopped 6 of them.
And he's 7 inches smaller than the Petruzzelli. Petruzzelli.
5:04 to go in the third period. So up next for Cathedral, they're going to host Bishop Hendricken, school out of Rhode Island, on Saturday at noon out at West Olympia Center.
And that team has a lot of great tradition out of Rhode Island. Is it Rhode Island or Connecticut?
It is Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, yeah.
Hendricken, I'd say they're really known for their baseball.
Right, you know what? My day was basketball. You know what?
Pick a sport they're known for.
That's right. Absolutely.
I know Rocco Baldelli.
Yes, he did.
Former Tampa Bay then Devil Ray.
That's right.
Came out of Hendricken.
And that's the kind of team that Cathedral has to have on their schedule so that they can get challenged. You know, we were talking before this. I said the best competition for Cathedral are probably their practices. Right? I mean, it makes sense.
It's hard to argue. It's really hard to argue.
And I'm sure you don't want to break up your lines because you want to keep them all intact. But, you know, it would be interesting to see what Brian Foley does for practice.
And, you know, it's not like football where you can just start your backup or second string quarterback and notice the difference right off the bat. There's only so many guys you can sit down in a hockey game.
Yep, that's right. Another nice save that time by Mongeau. No, this is not Mongeau. This is Franchi.
Mongeau took a seat. It is Franchi.
Didn't wait. You know what? After that second period, I don't blame him.
It looked like he might have been dinged up a little bit, too, and he stuck with it.
Yeah, he's stopping as many pucks, has seen as much rubber as he says. He's going to have a lot of bruising.
Here come the Pioneers again. Reynolds tries to split through some defenders. Puck handled by Stiegmeyer, redirected to the far corner boards. Over towards Brousseau. Brousseau down there with Jacob King. Here's Foster. Foster has his pocket picked by Lehan. Out in the neutral zone. Touching up was Deloria. Deloria trying to work for Kassianikis. Behind the net, Billy Zagras. Goes right back for Quinlivan. Quinlivan for Reynolds. Over to Lehan now. Lehan gains the line up the left side. Lehan fires it, saved by Stiegmeyer. Second string goalie in for the Panthers. He makes a save. Up ice, Tongue. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Was looking for Kazroyd. Haven't seen Leonard or Petruzzelli out there in a while.
Good.
Yep. Their days are over.
The coach a lot of credit for that.
And, you know, you might look at the score and you see it's 12-1. And, oh, they ran up the score. That's really not the case.
No, and they took advantage of every mistake that St. John's of Shrewsbury made. And, you know, at 5-on-5, they were down 2-0 after the first period, and they played them relatively even. They gave up a shorthanded goal and a power play goal in that first period. But the second period was just the onslaught of the Springfield Cathedral to the Pioneers.
Near side corner board. Somebody lost a stick. It was Kazroyd. That's going to be a penalty called. Should be on Stalmach.
Yeah, and now we're seeing a little frustration. And you can blame the kids from St. John's of Shrewsbury. I'd be a little frustrated.
I'll tell you this, Jimmy. I've seen my share at high school hockey games and college club hockey games. I called University of Rhode Island hockey for many years. And when the score is this lopsided, you'll see some not so kosher stuff. You know what I'm saying? You'll see some cheap shots. You'll see people get hurt. You'll see the gloves drop.
Right.
And you're not seeing this from St. John's Shrewsbury, so that's a credit to their coaching as well.
That's right. Mike Mead in his first year, but he's been around the game a long time.
Seabotter, cross point for Griffin. Saved by Franchi. Stopped it on the apron of the goal. Kassianikis on the near side half wall. Kassianikis, where's number 24, had that puck stripped away by Lehan. And Lehan clears the zone all the way down the river. Stiegmeyer out of his net, leaves it for Griffin. Griffin behind the net, shuffling the puck. Works it up for Foster. Here comes Foster flying up the ice. Thought he had the line gain, but Brousseau was a bit in front of him over to the right near side. Gets a stoppage at 2:01 to go. So again, back to Cathedral's schedule here. They got Bishop Hendricken coming up. Then they play regular Shrewsbury, not St. John's Shrewsbury, Shrewsbury.
And that Shrewsbury team beat this St. John's Shrewsbury team for the first time in a long time. So they won't be a pushover on the public side.
Too many men on the ice for Cathedral. Looks like no
one saw that, though. Like they need an extra man.
Don Cherry wishes he had seen it back in the 70s.
Yeah, that's another story.
Gliding up ice, Zamora on a tour of the attacking zone, sends it in front. Tongue couldn't get good wood on it. Cleared out of the zone by Doherty. After this, St. John's of Shrewsbury, their next game is on Saturday. They host Arlington Catholic. They only have 4 road games left on the season. One of them is at Cathedral on the 29th. Dude, that on a Friday night? No, that's a Wednesday. 29th.
You want me to check my phone?
I'm just thinking every date in relation to when it's near February 1st. Of course, the date of the Super Bowl.
Right. That's right. Then it would be a Sunday. That's right. Let's not get those tickets just yet, though. All right? There is still one more game to be played in Foxborough on Sunday.
If I had the money, I would buy a non-refundable ticket to Tucson or Glendale or wherever they play right now. Glendale.
And that is the site of the most disappointing Super Bowl of the Patriots.
It's a house of horrors.
Where they went into that game 18-0 and left 18-1 to the New York Football Giants.
Yep. Never
we are
forget
so
that
spoiled. It's amazing.
Red Sox win the World Series one year. They finish last place the next. Everyone's a bum.
That's right. Well, that
doesn't work in many other towns.
That's right.
20 seconds go. Now here's Cathedral. Gains the line. That was Brousseau looking for his second goal. Not going to get it. Working back up ice. Team just skating through the motions. Equivalency of a morning skate. Outreach, Barlock. Couldn't quite reach to it. 3 seconds go, and that is going to do it between the Panthers and the Pioneers.
Wow. I tell you, it could take 20 minutes to recap the scoring on this, Jake, but it was a very impressive performance by Springfield Cathedral. I had no idea how good they were, and I certainly saw that.
Jimmy, you didn't come out of retirement for nothing.
Yeah, I guess not.
We'll just go through in chronological order for you. Pete Cronella, Johnny Leonard again. So he had 2 goals tonight, not 1. Devon Tongue, Riley Pratson, Brendan Doherty for the Pioneers, and then we get right back to Pete Cronella, Joe Brousseau, Zach Pratson, Riley Pratson, DJ Petrozelli, Cam Peretz, and last but not least, Sal Castellanicus. 12 goals for Cathedral. That is 40 goals in their last 4 games.
That's just incredible. It really is. And like I said, their competition, their best competition has to come at their practices when they play scrimmages against each other, because they have 6 Division I commits on their team, and you know what? It's almost unfair. I said it.
It truly is.
I finally said it.
Now, they will get some tests coming up. As we said, their next game, Bishop Hendricken. They have Mount St. Charles. They have Central Catholic. They have BC High, who tied BC High. Or BC High tied Cathedral, I should say.
Right,
and that game is at the Beacon Palace, or whatever they call that rink over there where BC High plays now. They play
UMass Boston. It's a UMass Boston facility.
Yes, it is. They play at Hingham, my hometown. I might get some tickets to that game. I'm not sure yet. That's on February 7th, and then they play in, they play in this tournament where they'll play either Bishop Hendricken or Del Barton, New Jersey, or St. Mary's. I mean, there's no shortage of landmines on their schedule, and they just seem to step on all of them unfazed.
I know you know what this means. It's been a long night.
Jimmy, that it has. All right, so thank you, everyone. Pat Serio on video. He had some circumstances to get here today, but he powered through them.
He's an amazing talent. That's what I can say. He really is. He does a great job for MyHockeyLive and Serio Video out in Western Mass.
All right, for Jimmy Young, I'm Jake Levin. One more time, Cathedral 12, St. John's Shrewsbury 1. This has been a presentation of MyHockeyLive.com. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll be back this weekend with some Zavarian and Malden Catholic action. Malden Catholic, if there's one team that might be able to handle Cathedral, it might be them. Till next time, MyHockeyLive.com.